Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with an FGO servant analysis video. I will be reacting to Elisabeth of the End Avenger, her battle animation, her skills, her noble phantasm, all those things I'll be reacting to and then giving my opinion on how this character is. Now I do know this is a welfare character, I think, and she came out along with the same time that Elizabeth Lancer came out, but we still hadn't gotten the like the battle animations and the skills and other stuff. Finally today we got it, so that's why I'm making this video today. Also, I do know a few things that has been circulating on the internet. First and foremost, the three-headed Elisabeth, I saw that like she's a dragon, which obviously she's a dragon, but she's like there's like a three-headed Elisabeth. Also, I've seen that people say that she's like a beast or something. I'm not 100% sure. And this is supposed to be the same Elisabeth, but this is Avenger. So I'm assuming maybe FGO will actually like make another character in the future. Maybe like release them in like a very like on one of those times when it's like very like important, like maybe like New Year's or maybe like an anniversary or something like that will happen. I am assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, because that character design seems like, I don't know, it seems such a waste to not use it as a like release it as a proper servant. So yeah, I don't know, that like that Elisabeth looks crazy. I feel like people are definitely waiting for that character to be actually playable in the future. Anyways, I haven't really seen any videos regarding that three-headed Elisabeth because I don't know, I don't want to get spoiled about the story, because most of the like videos on that character that I've seen on my YouTube feed has parts of story with it. So I have not clicked on any of those because like if the story comes up, I feel like I'm going to get spoiled about something. So I haven't done anything like that. Either way, anyways, I'll talk about all of that later. Let's first react to Elisabeth of the End. So this is Elisabeth of the End Avenger. As always, I'll be reacting to the servant demonstration video, and the original link to it is in the description box if you want to check it out. So yeah, let's get started. So Elisabeth of the End Avenger battle animation demonstration. Here we go. Oh, there she is. Oh my god, Elisabeth Báthory bathing in blood. Oh wait, oh, this is part of the noble phantasm. Oh damn, okay, I wasn't expecting that though. But I still think they will probably make a separate version for this, because come on, like this is a welfare character. In no way. Alright, you know what, let's see. Oh my god, she brings out a, what do you call them, morning star, right? Yo. Oh, I just realized. What? I just realized her lower part of her dress is is the Iron Maiden. You know the opening of the Iron Maiden, the gates of the Iron Maiden. Wow. Yo. Man, this Elisabeth seems quite serious. What? Okay. Okay, this extra attack is crazy. What the hell is this? She becomes a lance? Oh god. Yeah. This is throwing candy. That's the whole Halloween theme. Okay. Right. Okay, I have no idea what that is. But, alright, here we go. Let's look at the NP again.
いつも思うのだけど、三つ首の王を呼ぶため、毎回お風呂に入らないといけないのかしら。
Oh, really?
キングエリザ、リターンズ。
To call this version, she has to go into the bathtub and. Oh, so she's summoning her. I see. I thought that was her. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah.
まあ、どんな時でも勝ちは嬉しいものですね。
She's putting up a whole. Okay, that's it. She's putting up a whole front of being this serious character, but then. Okay, you know what? I was under misunderstanding. I think. Okay, so I thought that was her, but she says that she's calling someone. This King Elisabeth, whatever she calls it. And to do that, in the novel Phantasm, she says that she has to go into the bathtub and bathe in, the blood to call that version. And she also says that, what if she doesn't come? Like what's going to happen if she doesn't come suddenly? Something like that, she says. Anyways, okay. Alright, so you know what? First and foremost, I didn't realize that her NP had this three-headed dragon into it. So then, like, when I saw that, I was confused. I was like, wait, so this is supposed to be that? But then now that I'm realizing that she's actually summoning that, three-headed version of her, I'm assuming in the future there is a possibility of her actually coming as a separate character. Because, like I said, I've seen in some other video, I've seen people talking about how that is apparently a beast. So, and people also kind of joking about how Nero got a beast version, so Elisabeth also had to get one or something like that. Because how they're rivals and all that. But anyways, so yeah, I could easily imagine her being a separate character, like a separate servant in maybe New Year's or the anniversary, the 11th anniversary or something. I don't know. So yeah, I can easily see that. So that's what I think might happen, because come on, if you don't utilize this as a character, I don't know, man, that seems pretty wasteful, because this is such a great character design. Yeah, anyways, so yeah, that was the 7th battle animation demonstration. Yeah, it looks pretty good. She is a welfare servant, I'm pretty sure, because she didn't have any Ascension changes. And for a welfare servant, she looks pretty good. She has quite a varied amount of animations. There are 2 sections where you can see how she's just throwing candy towards the enemy and then bringing out a pumpkin. Those are Halloween themed. There's also a bat themed version where she uses those bats to attack, because Elisabeth Báthory, vampire, Carmilla, all that. So that's why the bat theme. And then obviously we have one of the biggest legends that is connected to her, which is her bathing in the blood of virgins to retain her youth or something like that, as far as I can remember. So I guess that was more of Carmilla, but Elisabeth Báthory is Carmilla, so I guess it makes sense. But either way, yeah, so we had that as well, where in the Noble Phantasm, she goes into the bathtub, and she's just, bathing in blood, I guess. And that's how she calls this three-headed Elisa into to use the noble phantasm. Right, interesting. So I'm assuming this character, Elizabeth of the End, is supposed to be like a priestess or something who calls for this like version or something like that. I don't know. That's what I'm guessing. Her battle animations were pretty good. There was like I said, we had those Halloween themed ones, the bat themed one. Her extra attack is, I don't know what the hell that is. Becomes a lance. I guess it's maybe connected to her lancer version. I don't know. She becomes a lance and attacks. And then we had what else did we had? Her using the morning star, and then just shooting out like a beam through the underneath of her skirt. I don't know what that is. So all these things pretty good. Noble Phantasm is definitely the best part of it because like I said, the three-headed version of Eliza comes out, and yeah, so really good. The three-headed Eliza, like the three-headed dragon Eliza, I have to say she has one of the, I don't know, one of the best character designs. Like, I don't know, it's like something like like the red hair and like the black lipstick. I don't know, it's just something, so I wouldn't call it different, but something that I never imagined to see on Elisabeth. Like like Elisabeth Báthory, this Elisabeth Báthory, who's just a like a goofball, just you know just doing random stuff, and there's just like trolling and goofing around. Yeah, like I never expected like that would match her so well. The red hair, the black lipstick, and like the elf ears and the little horns. So yeah, looks very good. I really like it. Yeah, so there you go. Anyways, obviously this is I'm kind of looking forward to this event 2 years later because I want to see what the hell is going on this Halloween. Like who the hell is this? Why did so, like why is there a three-headed Elisabeth? And yeah. Either way, yeah, pretty good servant demonstration. And I hope we get the three-headed dragon Elisabeth version later on as a separate servant with a separate set of character animations, and everything. Hopefully, I don't know. Let's see. You can let me know like whether there's a possibility or not of this version of Elisabeth becoming a separate character in the future. Alright, and there you go. That was the character animations. Now I'm going to react to her Ascension arts, or Ascension arts. There's two Ascension arts because she's a welfare servant. Okay, so first Ascension art is this one. Okay, so yeah, we've seen this. Like I said, this version of her looks like some kind of a priestess. In animes and stuff, you have like some kind of a legend, like, oh, there's a legend of this almighty being descending upon the earth, and then there's like that one priest or priestess, usually it's priestess, there's that one priestess who's just there for the sole reason of, I don't know, like sacrificing themselves or calling that being into existence, and that priestess has lived their life like a whole life for fulfilling that purpose or something like that. She seems like one of those characters. I don't know if that's how the story goes in this recent event, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that. Because she literally looks like someone like that, just there for the reason to call down this being. She herself says it in the Noble Phantasm that to call that version of Eliza, she has to go and bathe in blood or something like that. Either way, that's what I think. And she even has like, I don't know, like the the dress and everything, she even has like a dress which resembles like a dress like a priestess will wear, or like someone like that will wear. Also, obviously, the biggest, I think you could say, like interesting thing about her character costume is her skirt. What that like I said, that is literally the gate of the Iron Maiden. like the gate that opens and closes with the spikes at the end, at the underneath side. She has those chains which is connecting to that, and yeah, she even has those spikes. So I feel like that's pretty dangerous. You're gonna get stabbed in your leg if you move your leg a little bit, even in the wrong direction. Oh god. Right. But anyways, pretty cool design. Like I said, it's very interesting. It's a very interesting design choice for having like the underneath, uh, making it like the Iron Maiden. Yeah, and she has like horns on top of her head, and her hand is pretty cool, like the red, thing. Yeah, there you go. That is the Ascension art. Like I said, it's very unique. I like it. Alright, now let me look at the final Ascension, which is this one. Oh, she doesn't have the Iron Maiden leg thing anymore. You see? She doesn't have it. Oh, she also has a tail. Wait, I didn't realize that. Did her previous Ascension also have a tail? Wait a minute. Oh yeah, it's visible very like slightly at the behind her. Yeah, and then she's there in the some kind of a bed, I guess. Yeah, right. I wasn't expecting this being the final Ascension. She looks pretty happy here. Okay. And then there's feathers and everything. Okay. Right. All right. And there you go. That was the final Ascension. Yeah, it looks pretty good, like I said. And right. Okay. Now let me look at her skills. So, before looking at her skills, she has 3 Buster cards, 1 Quick card, and an Arts card. Okay. Buster card has 3 hits, Arts have 4 hits, Quick has 6 hits, and Extra has 5 hits, and Noble Phantasm has 6 hits. Okay, so her first skill is called Signature Master Mars. Wait, just a minute. You know what? Let me see if Reddit has posted the skills, because I usually read from Reddit the skills. I guess not. Maybe there is. I just cannot find it. Anyways, yeah, let's read from here only. So it's called Signature Master Mars 8 plus. Increases own NP plus grants all allies NP gain status every turn 3 turns, and grants all allies star gain status every turn 3 turns. Oh, wait, I just realized. Okay, so here's another thing. I saw in one video, like a title. The title called her type Mars. So she's type Mars? Not her, not this. That dragon thing. Oh, that's why the skill is called Signature Master Mars or something like that. That is very interesting if she's type Mars. That 3-headed dragon version of her. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, increase on NP plus grants all allies NP gain status every turn for 3 turns, and grants all allies start gain status every turn 3 turns. Okay, so it's just like an NP based skill. So NP charge for self is 30% max. Apply NP per turn on party for 3 turns. This is 10% every turn. Oh, that's pretty good. Like, so in 3 turns you're going to get like a 30% total increase. And then we have a critical star per turn on party for 3 turns, then critical star per turn. Okay. And maximum cooldown 8, minimum cooldown 6. Okay, so it's an okay skill, I guess, right? Skill number 2, Pumpkin Planet X. Right. Increases attack power of allies 3 turns and critical damage 3 turns. Plus increase critical damage of all allies 3 turns only in Halloween fields. plus earn a larger amount of stars. Halloween fields. Okay, let's see if any of her skills or her NP has like any type of effect which turns the field into a Halloween field, because otherwise I don't see how this is useful at all. Like Halloween fields will only get them in Halloween. Throughout the rest of the year, what the this is pointless then. Isn't it? So I think there might be her skill 3 or her NP might have a like a effect where it turns the field into a Halloween field. If not, then I don't know why they added this, because this is kind of, yeah. Anyways, so attack plus on party, attack up on party for 3 turns, 20% at max level. Then we have critical damage up on party for 3 turns, 20% again, and then we have okay, so it gives you critical damage increase and again critical damage increase if only in Halloween fields. So if on in Halloween field, you're going to get a 30% increase in critical damage on top of that 20%, I'm guessing. Yeah. Okay. Then we have critical gain, star gain, 30 critical stars. Right. You know what? If you're on a Halloween field, then this is pretty good, because not only you're getting 20% increase, you're getting a 30% increase on top of that. So a total 50% critical damage increase is going to give you critical stars as well to immediately deal critical damage with that. 30 critical stars, which is very good. 30 critical stars immediately is pretty damn good. And then increased attack of 20%. So this is actually a very solid skill if she has any skill or noble phantasm which changes the field into a Halloween field. Otherwise, the extra 30% critical damage up is kind of pointless unless and until you are on a Halloween field. So, you know, let's see. Okay, skill number 3 is called Gliding Through the Stars Speed. Increases buster card performance of a single ally 3 turns. Increases critical damage 3 turns and increases critical star concentration 3 turns. Thus reduces own HP to 1. What? Demerit. 1. And grants self-burning status. Reduce own HP by 1000 at the end of the turn. If this effect is activated on the turn, what? All enemies are annihilated and remaining HP becomes 0. The ally cannot survive with 1 HP. Return. Okay, what is this? Reducing own HP by 1000 at the end of a turn. Okay, if this effect is activated on the turn, all enemies are annihilated and remaining HP becomes 0. The ally cannot survive with 1 HP. Okay. Wait, so, okay, max cooldown 8, minimum cooldown 6. So apply Buster Card performance on one party member. 50% increase. Wait, this is for 3 turns. Oh my god, that is okay. That is pretty crazy. On top of that, apply critical damage up on one party member again for 3 turns. This is a 50% increase in critical damage, and it will give you critical star concentration for one party member 3 turns, 5000. So all the stars will go to that one party member. Okay. So then after that, obviously, like your HP will be 1, and then you're going to have the whole demerit of like self burn that is going to reduce your HP by 1000 at the end of the turn. All right. So wait. So if you use this, you're done for. Right? You're gonna get like 1 HP, and then unless until you have guts or like some healing skills that can sustain you, you use this skill and you're done for. Like you are done for. Like Elisabeth is done for. The character that you're giving this to, they are busted for 3 turns. For the immediate 3 turns, they're completely busted. Like, can you imagine 50% increase in buster card and 50% increase in critical damage? On top of that, if you are using the second skill as well, which is going to increase your critical damage on top of that even more, give you a skill increase in attack, yeah, so the one you're buffing is going to deal huge amount of damage. Okay. Alright, let's look at the next, look at the NP. The NP is called King Eliza Tarsis Montes. Increase on Buster card performance 3 turns. Effect increases with overcharge. Plus powerful attack on all enemies. Remove attack based attack buff status. Inflicts cast status and inflicts burn status. Oh my god, the type is called Anti-Mars Noble Fantasy. Right. Again. So the buster up before using the NP for 3 turns. At overcharge 1 it's 10%, at overcharge 5 it's 30%. Deal damage to all enemies. Okay. Remove effect with buff increase damage. So all the increase attack buffs are just going to go out. Like they're going to get dispelled from the enemy. Curse and burn. Okay, so it's like a normal noble phantasm. Nothing to talk about that much, I guess. AoE noble phantasm buster. Okay, you know what? I think she's pretty good. Especially because of a third skill. Like I still don't I'm not able to properly vision properly envision how the third skill is going to work. So what's going to happen if you use the third skill? You're going to become 1 HP. You're going to get that whole 1000 burn damage at the end of the thing, at the end of the attack turn. So what then? That means if you do not take out that debuff, that burn debuff on you, you're going to die immediately the next turn, right? That's what's happening, right? Because your HP is already 1, and then if you sustain any damage, you're immediately done for. Even if you don't sustain any damage, the HP loss is going to kill you next turn. That's what's going to happen, right? So if you use the third skill and you don't have any type of guts on Elisabeth or any type of like HP increase or whatever, third skill, using the third skill means that's it for Elisabeth of the end. She's going to die the next turn, which might work out pretty well. Like I said, there's a lot of characters who are in very much demand, who just dies after doing something crazy. That's why characters who have that thing in their noble phantasm and all that are very highly rated, because people use them to take out like 1 or 2 waves, and then they just die, and you don't have to use the pluck suit to bring in other characters. You can save your pluck suit for some other character. So in that sense, if you think about it, she gives one character 3 turn buff for buster up by 50%, critical damage up by 50%, and critical star gather. Critical star gather is also for, wait a minute, 3 turns, yeah. So the character that she's giving this to, for 3 turns, that character is heavily buffed, So then even if she dies, I guess it's fine, because you need those 3 turns to deal the maximum damage you can. And so I guess I can think of using her like this, like bring in like a buster, maybe like a single target damage dealer. If you're doing like a CQ or something and you need to dish highest amount of damage, bring out a character like that, bring her in, and some other character who's going to increase buster, for example, like Merlin or Koyanskaya, Oberon, all of them are there. Then you use her. The first thing you do is use her skill on that character, the DPS, and then next turn she dies, and whoever there was at the back, the back part of the party comes up, be it like Oberon will be for the end, another Koyanskaya, for example. So okay, let's see. Let's think of like a high damage dealer, buster damage dealer, single target. Heracles, for example. I'm just taking Heracles here. Single target, Buster attacker, Buster noble phantasm user. You have Koyanskaya with you, Heracles. You need to you want to deal the highest amount of damage. So Koyanskaya, Heracles, and Elisabeth of the end. At the back part, you have another Koyanskaya, which is like the support Koyanskaya. You have I don't know, like Oberon, and some other character, So you bring that. You use all the skills, the first two skills on Elisabeth of the end. Use the third skill on Heracles. HP will be 1. Get that burn damage thing, then just let it play out. Next turn, Elisabeth will die. In comes the second Koyanskaya. Now you put on Koyanskaya skill on, Heracles. Switch out one of the Koyanskayas after you've used the skill with Oberon, and use Oberon's skill on Heracles as well. Use your command, the master skills that you have, if you have any. Use them, and yeah, that'd be like the maximum damage you can do with Heracles, using, Heracles Noble Phantasm there. Something like that, you can use it like that, I guess. Because 50% increase in Buster damage is pretty damn crazy. I think there's another character who does this, who I used to use quite a lot of the times, which is Nightingale. Wait a minute, let me just check. She has, I remember, I used to use her a lot with Jolter. She has a Buster card increasing skill, I think. Yeah, Buster increase and Buster critical damage increase. The third skill, which is, it increases like the critical damage increase is something that she got she got later on as a strengthening. But the original skill that was in Nightingale, when I got Nightingale, Nightingale was my first SSR character in FGO. I got Nightingale, and then I got Jolter. I used to use, because those two were the only ones I had back then, I used to use those two in every fights and everything. And since Jolter is Buster and Nightingale has this crazy ass Buster third skill, my Jolter used to do a lot of damage with Nightingale back when these characters were new. So back then, the only thing that her third skill used to do is increase Buster damage by 50% for 3 turns. Then later on, now we have the Buster card critical damage increase as well, along with gain critical stars. Oh damn, this is literally kind of the same as Elisabeth's skill, right? Yeah, Elisabeth's third skill, which increases Buster damage by 50%, critical damage up of one party by 50%, and critical star gather rate on one character. Yeah, while Nightingale is literally the same. No, not literally the same. Only difference is Nightingale's skill gives her 20 critical stars, and Buster critical increase is 30%, which is lesser than 50% that Elisabeth of the end does. So yeah, I remember she was very good. I used to use Nightingale because of that a lot with Jolter, and I still do sometimes when I need extra. Nowadays, when I need an extra Buster and attack increase, I just bring in Nightingale sometimes to deal the highest of the highest damage, because 50% increase in Buster card is pretty good, So now we have Elisabeth of the end now, who not only can do that, but because if she dies because of her demerit, that'll be very helpful, because you won't need to use the pluck suit to switch her out. So something like that. Anyways, let me know what you think. I think that's how you're going to, everyone's going to use her. And let me know if I misunderstood something, because there's a possibility I might have misunderstood the third skill, because I'm not really reading this from. I usually read the skills from Reddit, which I don't know. I understand it a little bit easier, but I'm not reading it from Reddit here. It's a different website, so I might have misunderstood something. Let me know if I misunderstood something or not. But yeah, there you go. That was it. That was Elisabeth of the End's character servant analysis. I think she's pretty damn good for a welfare character. She has this whole, third skill, which makes the character pretty damn as a support. She's very good, I think. So yeah, let me know what you think. So that is it. I'll end this video here. Like I said, I hope in the future they bring out they make a summonable character who can who is like the three-headed Elisabeth version of her, separately, with a separate set of animations, like 3 Ascension arts like that. I do hope. I'm not sure if that is possible, or if they have any plans of doing that, but I do hope they do that. So in the future. So yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. This was my reaction to Elisabeth of the End. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next FGO video. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.